Hello and happy birthday, Libras. You have a bonus. So this is your Adolescent to Adulthood check-in. It's a reading to just talk about your birthday month and where were you a few years ago. The beautiful thing about tarot is you can travel in the past and you can also tell things in the future, or you can have premonitionary moments. So let's get started on that. Shuffle for what the adolescence may have looked like, and this is bonus material that went on here for today. You have two. Three of Pentacles, Three of Wands. I will check the bottom of the deck. Holding sturdy is Pisces and Cancer with the moon. And they're actually beautiful cards. I wanted to calm down from doing themed readings. Some of our themed readings are no contact and long distance. And I just wanted a sweet birthday message for somebody. If your birthday is October 2 and 3, maybe this message is for you. So let's begin. Your adolescence was full of adventure. The Three of Wands is actually an adventure seeker. It's nice to hear. And the Three of Wands is also Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So obviously these cards are past. I just want to do a split on your adolescence. Temperance. You have Temperance for today. Even if I'm a little delayed, or some readers have different cards at this hour. Because the cards I'm receiving for this reading are actually meant to be. That's how energy works, is even if I pull it from my deck here, it's telling of what I asked for. So I like to abide by that. That's actually one of my strict rules as a person and as a reader, and those are my beliefs, is my deck is reflecting upon my questions. Okay, so let's take that beautiful moon card, and you do have the Five of Swords under it. I feel like in your adolescence, we begin as youngins and we look at this whole journey as perspective. So when you're little and we have Temperance, it means that there was some type of balance there. Most of us are Libra sun signs on the channel. Then it goes rising, then it goes moon. A lot of you are very creative. The Three of Wands is somebody who's not afraid to step out into the unknown. Imagination is something that could be coming back these years, and your spiritual awakening could have kick-started that. So when you awakened, maybe today you want to write down on a scratch piece of paper, what was the year I actually awakened and what was my catalyst? All right, because I think it'll be very telling of what kind of person you were as an adolescent too. This is an adventure seeker I'm picking up on. All right, positive too. Three of Wands is one of the positive minor arcanas. Three of Pentacles, unafraid to ask for help, support. A lot of you had a lot of friends. This is social groups. Community is the Three of Pentacles. Did you play a sport as a young child, is what I want to ask you. Some of you could have played baseball, t-ball, or soccer. I don't know why I got sports with the Three of Pentacles, but it's also about having a lot of friends. So you could have been even more social when you were younger. I want to ask questions already. I have a very balanced Libra too. So you could have had even some kind of calling when you were younger. And we'll combine that Five of Swords. I don't know who's a part of the hurt in your adolescence. Also, the moon could be mysteries that you were uncovering at that time about your personality, what you like, what music you listen to, what is your color in the moon card, and you were unveiling those mysteries then, maybe even getting to know yourself. I feel like I'm picking up on a social Libra like that did play sports, that had a lot of awards and medals, and I feel like this Three of Pentacles, you actually had friends that synced up with your personality very well. Good back and forth is what I see in this reading. What is the biggest takeaway or lesson from adolescence? Ten of Wands. Things are not always easy. Maybe some of you are laughing right now as you watch the video, but the Ten of Wands showed up in different spaces. Who you knew, maybe even family uncoverings for some of you. I'm getting something about that. Ten of Wands is also about burden. So maybe working multiple jobs. Maybe you worked at the Dairy Queen at a certain age and then moved up into a corporate job for the first time. So there's something like that, is seeing the difference of going into society and learning different things. Also the teachings of your parents. Okay, that was a good question to ask in the moment. It's not my best question, but Six of Swords, healing through the first heartbreak in adolescence. So we have your sign there. That's highly Aquarius, but it also covers all of the air signs. That's Gem, that's Libra, and Aquarius. Can I get a card for the very first heartbreak? 5 of Wands. Okay, so it was the first time you fought with somebody. 5 of Wands is conflict, and it also arises as competition. These are really telling cards. I'm shocked with the Adolescent to Adulthood. And then a different deck will be Adulthood. 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so you may have been somebody's first love. They held on to you. It could have been a Capricorn. Some of you maybe dealt with a Sag, Leo, or Aries, or maybe another air sign like yourself. Those are the highest priority signs in the reading. And I don't think this person got over you just intimately, because the 4 of Pentacles is holding on and holding back. And many of you in adolescence learned from this first heartbreak, okay? Also, there's a lot of fighting here. It's military. I don't know if some of you may have dated somebody overseas, or it was like a long distance thing. I couldn't help but notice like the military garb of the Romans fighting and all of that armor on them. Give me a card for the very first heartbreak. What did they feel toward Libra? Knight of Wands. This person could have been jealous of your passion, because when you break down the Knight of Wands and creativity, when you break it down, that is a very like going towards things in life. It's a fast card. So they might believe that your energy was enviable. It's passion. Knight of Wands is a passionate card. And let's see what else you have today. For the rest of the adolescent pull, let's see what Libra was like in the past. Hermit, the Star card, 2 of Wands, Tower. So you may have learned of really like restructuring moments in your adolescence. Some of you could also have like a background in ROTC. I'm picking up something like that. That's a specific because of all the stars in the background of the Star card. You could also have air siblings, fire siblings. This is the Hermit. So I think some of you might have Virgo family members also. That's super specific. 1 Scorpio in the Tower. What else am I picking up? It was something that I got from the 2 of Wands, because you also have that in your read. You had a perception on where to go with your life. And I don't know if a family member stepped on some of those dreams. It looks like it's a masculine. Scorpio is very masculine. And there could also be a Virgo family member. There's the Hermit one more time with the flashlight. You could have been a very quiet person heading out of adolescence, but you had a clear perspective on where to go. So this could have been career training. Some of you could have been with school. If I'm doing a birthday reading on the spot, I definitely think that you were destined to go somewhere, okay, with whatever skill you have. I think some of you know what I'm talking about when I pulled up this card. And many people maybe saw you as popular as a young child, or you had a lot of friends. This is a recognition card. The Star is also about Aquarian innovation. So bright ideas that other people probably don't have. And it looks like you're very creative, the person that I read for today with this one. This one's a cool bonus. Maybe we'll do this more in the future. I like this style of reading. Okay, High Priestess, we have Pisces for your adult, and I'm going to use this for the adult portion. So many of you got into metaphysics, and as I do the adult portion line, I want you to write down or even take note of some of the things that are very true about you in this reading. I want you to maybe even put 5 times something in the video checked out, or it was 6 things or 7, and just keep track of it as I go, okay? The High Priestess is you getting into your awakening, the actual waking up part of it. All right. What was the catalyst? For most of us on the channel, this will pick up the majority, of course. 7 of Chalices, the 7 of Cups. There was a lot of things that contributed to you awakening. It could have been a relationship. Some of you, it could have been an accident, and I'm sorry if that's the case. It could have been like a car accident, or just something here that happened which was traumatic in your eyes, and that's tough for me to even talk about in this reading. Knight of Cups, love, Okay, someone who loved you dearly, and maybe even here events, because you can count that in the Seven of Cups, life events. A lot of things contributed to you waking up. Who is the love person as a part of the catalyst in this reading? It's showing up as a Pisces twice. This is probably a water sign for some of you. Okay, and my question was answering with the Empress and the Queen of Cups. So there could also be a Cancer, a Libra, or a Taurus. I'll repeat it one more time. A Cancer, a Libra, or a Taurus. Contributing in love. Somebody was very awestruck by you in adulthood. Some of you could have married this person, okay? Now, we don't have an Emperor, which would have showed marriage in your adolescent to growing up phases. It's clear, though, that somebody thought of a Libra and perhaps a Taurus in this reading, because the Empress is a big staple card in this portion, and it's talking about your adulthood. Their connection to you now is the Queen of Cups. So it's picking up for the majority of us on the channel. And this is a Cancerian card. I do want to pull more here. Okay, so let's see who they are. Let's unpack it. Eight of Wands. They could be Sag. Are you married a Sag? They want to connect to you about being the Empress now. Some of you will get communication of that in your adulthood. Maybe that's coming up because you have the Eight of Wands in the last few minutes of this reading. What do they think about this here? Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron, Nine of Cups. Your happiness. A lot of you, if you'll allow me to use the word, because that's what's being transmitted to me right now, is stationary. You have a stationary happiness. I don't know if that's going to make sense for some of you. So stationary means to sit still or be in stillness. But they notice that about you, the Nine of Cups. So I don't know if it's newfound or you're just trying it on right now to see what that contentment feels like. You have Eight of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is the Fool with the green man. Six of Wands. Two of Cups. I was going to say 10 of Cups almost. All right. There is someone here who would like to be a part of your journey and create harmony with you. They see where you're going. They see where you're going. The Fool, the Two of Cups, the Six of Wands. Okay. Clarify that section over there. And they're looking at your work. Eight of Pentacles. All right. They don't want to be left behind. This person wants to be a part of your decisions. They want to be a part of your decisions. I have a 2-2 going on. What is the Three of Pentacles then? Because now we have a total of 11. I added the 8 and the 3. And that's a lot of pentacles going on. So what is this collaboration at work? Thank you. We have one in my hand. The Chariot. So this could be a Cancer. It doesn't have to be. What it's stating is you're moving ahead with some kind of collaboration in your adulthood. Okay? It feels good. You are going to experiment in that Three of Pentacles. Some of you, it is a promotion. Okay? And for many of you, that's going to look like a work success period. So there could be accolades there now. Congratulations, too, if that's true. And what is the Six of Wands? Please isolate the Six of Wands for the adult reading. And you do have cards. You have 2. Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so those are old. You have 2. I just want to make sure because we had the Chariot and that was the last one we viewed. Nine of Swords and the Queen of Wands. So you might be worried about the type of elevation that you're going to receive. Okay, for those of you where this reading is picking up. And it is a glow-up combination, the Six of Wands, Queen of Wands. That's something that's changing appearance-wise and also inside of you. You might be worried about the level of success that's going to grant you. I don't think that's the biggest concern. I think you're actually, in hindsight, comfortable with that. Or you're comfortable with it. What is the Fool then? Because that's involving taking a risk. King of Cups, making room for love and the right person, which is the King of Cups, I believe. Because the thing is, they view you already as an empathic person after your awakening. This King of Cups, he's a factor actually into the success of all of this coming up. He or she, because this can also be feminine and masculine. They're a part of it in some way. And I really want to ask this. I really do. If this is meshing with you this morning, what is the King of Cups role? They're not just a provider. I'm not picking up like that. I'm not picking it up that way. What is the King of Cups role? Page of Swords. To learn from you. To learn, observe, and they already have. They've picked up things from you. There's a Page of Swords. In your adulthood, what are they learning currently? 10 of Cups. You make them very, very happy. Okay, Libra. You bring in the 10 of Cups for this person. They can be newer. Maybe you just started going out or seeing this person. 2 cards for them. 4 of Swords, the 7 of Cups, and the Chariot for 3 times. Holy crapola. 3 times in the reading with different cards. The Chariot, the Chariot, the Chariot back in my deck. Okay, hold on. A break. This person may have been a player. Because the 7 of Cups can mean that they had a lot of options too. And they want to get through healing with you. They're learning by observing too how you've healed in your adulthood. And it's actually nice for them to watch. In fact, I think it even brings a smile to this person's face. Why are they saying that today, though? Of all days where we've struggled to give readings, what is this person's whole deal today? What is the deal? Queen of Wands. They think that you think wildly, creative. It's logical. It can be brought down to earth. 2 Queen of Wands. Now, this is the season of the doubles, my friends. Lots of doubles. A lot of you have turned on the light for this person. They receive information and downloads because of you. This person has recalled you, maybe within this last week is what I'm getting. And if I really want to understand the Page of Swords, and also its clinical meaning in readings, it's because through observing you, they've understood how to heal themselves. Just want to confirm that real quick because this is a special reading. I want to get the remainder cards. Okay, so if that's true, what have they learned through the Queen of Wands? Knight of Pentacles. To be faithful to a lot of the things that they originally discovered about themselves. You taught this person to be comfortable with themselves and to really stick to what means or has meaning in their life. I don't know if they dropped that in the past. I don't know if they forgot it, but they're really learning through you that they should have stuck to their guns because they would have been happier. And that's what I have. I think they really believe in what you're working on. Some of you also could be posting inspiring things, or maybe you talk about it and you write. I'm getting a heavy writer or somebody who can post their work. Okay, so and some of them it's just from plain watching you. Page of Swords and King of Cups. Is the committal thing real to them? Emperor, yes. In many senses, they believe it now. Okay, another thing I wanted to tell you because I want to ground it. I think you had the Empress. I just want to make sure she was here. Okay, she was. And you have the Divine Couple of the deck. So this person who wants to be in your life, I'm going to use the word wants, they already know this about you. Okay, they're not in denial. This is a person who's very sure of it within you. They already have facts. They have things that have presented itself where it's proven that you're the person for them. They know about it. So that's why they keep observing, because it's actually fun to watch you now as opposed to just watching where you are. Okay? And I would love to do a part 2 to this one. I just don't know creatively yet how I would ask questions. So I'll see you guys in a few short hours and gonna get some rest here. Thank you. happy birthday too. I hope you guys have a good day.